this particular sector has become the darling of many. And one of the biggest challenges that you're now going to be facing is how you manage your time between coming to Kpmg, between going to Safaricom, between going to the various banks, and all the other service providers who are keen to present to you the different service offerings they have for you. And mine this morning, even as you listen to our team, is to invite you, first of all, to spend a lot of time with your own team to determine what is the core of your business, what is the value that you are seeking from anybody who is coming to stand before you. I don't know whether many of you have been on this route from Nakuru or from Mombasa or Machakos or Nyeri, and you've stopped by the roadside to buy vegetables. The only things you see are the products and faces squeezed in there. This is how we are behaving towards you right now as service providers. And you know, there's one of us sitting right at the front of the car and holding out the tomatoes, nyanya, you know, and you have to sit and decide for yourself, chase everybody else away, this is the person I'm going to be talking to. And I think that's a very, very important decision for you, because it costs you time and it costs you money, and it can disrupt your business. In this particular business, there are two things that I am very, very concerned about in my own business. One is the market that we operate in. As long as I have East Africa, and East Africa is stable, East Africa's economies are growing, then I know Kpmg's business will do well. So it's my business to understand what could be causes of instability, what could be causes of disruption in the economy, and to engage in any way possible in preventing anything that interferes with my market. And for example, I remember in 2008, I spent inordinate amounts of time with the resolution process of the post-election violence. And some people asking me, when did you become a civil society activist or peacemaker like Bethuel Kiplagat? Because we were in that press conference. And I said, the fact that the highway from Nairobi to Kisumu is not operating, or the railway is not operating, that affects economic activity, and that is going to catch up with me. So my intention is to bring it to a halt as quickly as possible. The second key issue for me is people, the people we invest in Kpmg. As long as I have the right professionals and that they have come in through the right channels, then I know whatever service that you need is going to be delivered to you. Everything else is processed internally. Internal efficiency and internal processes that we then need to resolve. But as long as I've got the market and people, then I know my business will thrive. I invite you also to decide for yourselves what are the 2 or 3 things that are core to your business, that you need to be ensuring they are protected at all times. And therefore, when any of us stand before you, you can assess us by deciding, is this about market? Is it about people? Is it about internal efficiency for me? And it's very easy for me then to decide who I want to engage with, who I want to spend my time with. So today you're going to be listening to our team. They have a number of solutions that we have taken time to develop for this particular sector. The reason you are here is not so much to buy from Kpmg, is to understand what your business could benefit from, and how your business could then grow profitably and securely in your particular chosen field. As you notice, when we are going to be having the East African Business Summit later this year, growing entrepreneurship is a particular topic that we want to cover, because if we are going to transform the economies of East Africa, if we are going to transform the lives of the many people who are living in poverty, and believe me, I know that path, we need to grow business, we need to grow entrepreneurship, and not just look to employment. East Africa right now, other than for the small problems we are facing in South Sudan and Somalia, East Africa is possibly one of the most exciting regions in the entire African continent. So from the natural endowment, you've got everything the world wants. From minerals, from fresh water, gas, arable land, timber, almost every single thing the world wants. And it is unexploited, it is undeveloped. All right? And then when you look at that region from our demographics, you've got a region of now nearly 230 million people. And especially with Rwanda, Uganda, and Kenya, with a very progressive cream of people who can provide the leadership that is required for growing those businesses. That population as well, there is a transformation in terms of the social structure and the growing middle class. So the buying power and the growth of wholesale and retail is going to be is increasing. And then you've got this disruption, very positive disruption by the mobile services, which are not just about facilitating communication and business, but now more importantly about facilitating financial transactions. So the world is looking at that, and part of the challenges that we're actually facing right now is to decide, as you are doing, is to decide who do we want to engage with. The Europeans want it, the Brazilians want it, the Americans want it, the Chinese want it, the Indians, and every single person from around the world wants a piece of the pie in East Africa. So the opportunities are immense. The challenge is for us to craft our own strategies and for us to determine our own level of engagement with everybody else who is coming in. So that building that knowledge, and you have a very short window. That is where the challenge now comes in. You have a very, very short window to do that, because you've got other markets, especially India, who have gone ahead of us, who have overcome a number of the challenges that we have faced, and I will be coming in with almost ready solutions. Given the challenges that Europe has faced, there are resources out there that are looking for destinations, including professional resources. So I can probably find everybody that I need if it was not a small problem of work permits. Yeah. So it is very important for us to up our game in terms of how quickly we develop that capacity. The other issue that we face is what I would call the challenge of leadership in the context of these opportunities. The risk we face with all these opportunities is that as a leader from where you sit, you will be seeing opportunities in banking, in telecoms, in agriculture, and there is somebody there, an agent who is coming and telling you, I know how you can get this. And you will probably believe there's an opportunity to make money very quickly. I caution you against falling for that trap, because two things will happen. First, you will fall into what I call an integrity trap, because this person who is guiding you into this particular path is cutting corners somewhere and will be asking something of you, and by the time you realize, you are in too deep. And secondly, you will lose focus in your own particular business. Strategic planning is going to be critical for you to decide, this is what I want to be in. I can't serve Garissa and Nyeri and Kwale at the same time. I see opportunities. They have the biggest tenders on the table, but I have to decide which of those am I going to be involved in? Similarly, when you look at Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, there will be immense opportunities. You have to decide which of those opportunities are you going to pursue. In terms of mentoring, ours was to initiate this process. And we are very proud that we planted the seed. That seed is sprouting, and everybody now is coming to water the tree. So in terms of mentoring, at the moment we haven't developed a formal program of mentoring. We do have events like this for everybody who participates in Top 100. So together with the Strathmore Business School, we organize events that invite you to come for specific topics. And that is the current level of knowledge sharing that we have. We don't yet have what I would call a leadership mentoring process. At the moment, what we are looking at is those of you who will eventually become our clients. One of the hallmarks of our service is a relationship building process where we really want to sit down with you and understand quietly in your own office what are the issues that are keeping you awake at night. What are the challenges that your business is facing? What risks do you see ahead? And then we come and draw on KPMG's knowledge, both local and international, and add insight to that perspective and continue that conversation with you and give you guidance on an ongoing basis. So when you listen to the people who are presenting here, whether you're talking about matters of financial management, whether you're talking about the growth challenge, whether you're talking about internal controls and risk management, those are conversations we have every single day with our clients.